The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Morning, fellas. Guys, as we were opening the room, there was some news on something about the Department of Justice and Google. Glenn, James, Stephen, Raymond, Jim, Patrick, guys, good morning. Very good morning to you, fellas. Hang on one second, guys. Morning, Dana. Looks like we're getting hit pretty good here, guys. Not sure what the news was. It's not on the site. Something about Google and the Department of Justice and advertising. Tony, good morning. Good morning, Hubba Hubba. Tony as well, good morning. No, I don't. Nape. All right, guys. Good morning, Derp. I'm going to turn the usual suspects on. I mean, gold is already in a short. Dollar index is getting a bid. Silver is trying to roll. I'm turning on the pound, the euro, the usual suspects. In any event, guys, good morning and welcome back, fellas. If you guys are here for the week, today is Tuesday. It is the gold may get a bounce out of this zone here. It is the second day of your week-long trial. Welcome back to the room. Yesterday was a fairly slow and pedestrian trade. I do want to show you guys a trade. This is for my members as well. Guys, I told you I was trading the YM on one chart. I stopped trading the YM in the 3-minute long ago. I just don't find any value in it. This is a 60-minute chart. Okay. This is the short that was setting up as we were leaving the room. It fired at noon. Right? We leave the room at about 11:30. It's a 60-minute chart, so it doesn't fire until the close of the hourly candle. And this trade fired yesterday, 87, 174, and 261 ticks. But we got a great short, nice long here at the Globex Open. 253 ticks final target. Nice short in here. Another nice short for up to 160 ticks with second target. Great long. Here's a losing trade at 1600 hours. That's 4 o'clock. We wouldn't take that trade anyways. And another nice long here. But I have found, and I've gone back and tested this chart for 30 days. It's a terrific chart. Doesn't take many trades. It's a 60-minute chart. But I'll have that in the member area. It's the only YM chart that I am trading. Okay. In any event, guys, welcome back to the room. We're going to have a packed house again today. Yes, Patrick, it is. Yep, it is. And we'll see what we can come up with. I would expect the NASDAQ to bounce back up after this fairly stiff fall. And we've got gold, 700 sellers at the moment. NASDAQ 2,300 sellers. Silver has some buyers, but it's losing them. It looks like silver wants to roll and follow gold. We do have dollar strength, a little bit of a bid here in the buck. NASDAQ doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Let me get my 15-minute on in gold here, fellas. That is on. The pound, unfortunately, I just missed that trade. Here's the 6B, 745. I didn't have my bot on yet. Almost to first target on this ensuing candle, but working lower. Euro still in longs. And that's all I got at the moment, guys. ES has small net buying right around 2,900 overnight. Crude, small net selling. I mean, real 400 contracts. It is API data today at 4:30. I won't be around for that. Hey, Chris, good morning. We used to trade that, but if I happen to be around, I'll be on Skype. If there's anything, I'll put it in Skype. Tomorrow, of course, is inventory data. We do have some news today. Some, it's not going to matter much. September building permits and housing starts, non-manufacturing business outlook survey, Redbook retail sales. Who cares? The big news is after the close, we should see some fireworks. We have Netflix reports today. Snapchat reports today. Texas Instruments isn't anything I really care about, but we do have Netflix today. In any event, guys, we're here. Welcome back. I will quickly read the disclaimer, and we'll get on with it. U.S. government required disclaimer. Futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them. In order to invest in the futures and options markets, do not trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on the website. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Since trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. Also, fellas, remember that past performance is not indicative of future results. The fact that, I think you're there. I don't know, Dirk. I'll have to look. The fact that I may trade a live account and or trade one contract or more does not lend any more or any less credence to a trade that I may suggest or the bots may take. Trade at your own discretion. I expect the volatility to increase. I mean, we're close to an election, guys. You all know that. Interestingly enough, even in this lack of volatility, the VIX has risen. It rose yesterday. It's currently down 1.8%, but we were up yesterday. Currently, Dow futures up 157, S&P futures up 18 handles. NASDAQ is up 36. Russell is up 13. Russell's actually leading this morning, up 0.8. DAX is up 42 points. Woohoo! What is going on with the DAX? What happened to these 200 and 300 point swings? Guys, can you hear me okay? Can I get a quick sound check? Quick sound check. Okay. Got another one, so hang on one second. All right, thank you, fellas. We got one guy that's got no audio. Thank you, fellas. Thank you, thank you. Gold is sitting on some support. Let me see this NASDAQ. NASDAQ broke that support. Small. It's pre-market, fellas. It's pre-market. And generally, again, I am not trading my indices until 9:30.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
So here's where we're sitting on the ES, right at the entry. Okay. This could be slow going. You've got some support about 31.5. Here comes NASDAQ. If anybody took that short. Anybody take that short on NASDAQ? Almost a first. Okay, Greg. I mean, I have a target on the NASDAQ. I don't know that we get there today, but 560 is where it looks like where it's coming. Come on. Come on, NASDAQ. Dump again. Anybody that took that 75, you have, it's breaking down. NASDAQ's breaking down. Guys, 611 is a target. 611. 611. So ES has hit first target. It didn't fill it. We don't have a pass through, obviously. We did hit first target. So as a reminder, there you go. It's off.
Order canceled.
The robot is identifying targets based on average true range. If we break 28, this could get walloped. I'm going to move that out. Okay. If 28 goes, this could get walloped. If anybody is short ES. If you're short NASCRAC, you guys got a monster. 25 handles, fellas. And going. 25 handles. Got to break 28 on the ES and it can pack a lunch. Should come down to at least 23. Just got to break here, 28. NASDAQ, trade them as you see fit now. I have a target at 611. If anybody is holding NASDAQ, 611. So for those of you guys that are on trial, I'm identifying my targets based on longer time frame charts and order flow. 611. ES can bounce back up to 30, 32, or even 36 on the NASDAQ. Don? Morning, Brian. It's always nice to start out with a 25 plus handle trade. Silver looks like it's going to follow gold and roll over. Dollar index is bid at least back to VWAP. Below 20, if anybody is short ES below 28, this could get just crushed. There it goes, below 28. I have a target at 16. 16. Yeah, so Gregory, I will get into so I talked about it a little bit yesterday and I sent everybody the video if you guys didn't watch it. There are 3 memberships basically. The first membership is the robot, and I'll get into all of the particulars later in the week, but the robot, which includes George, I will check and make sure you're in benchmark. Check spam or junk mail, which includes 3 months in the room. Statement from Trump. We will see if House Speaker Pelosi will change her mind. He wants COVID-19 aid deal and expects the Senate to go along if a deal emerges. Then there is an annual membership, which includes the bot. And then there is a 2-year membership, which is where I actually teach order flow. I will show order flow from time to time in the room. But if anyone wants to learn order flow, I teach it in the 2-year membership. We meet on Fridays at 12 noon. That membership is $49.97. It does include the robot and the order flow. The order flow I use is mine. It's not a third-party order flow. So this is bouncing back. This could come right back to 32.50 or 37. So I'm going to put this at break even. NASDAQ can bounce back to 76 and even 702. Real stop on this would have to be above or where this trail is, so above 37. The trail stop here, guys, is at 39. I'm at break even plus, well, I'm not at +1, but break even. If it takes me, it takes me. It's a pre-market trade. It's a bonus trade. I don't generally trade the indices in the pre-market, but the YM is doing nothing. It's trying to bounce back up, maybe into that mess there at 12, 212. So again, if I were using the auto trail, my stop would be above that. It would be auto trailing at 38. I'm not giving back 5 points. Not happening. NASDAQ got that 72, 73 area. So we didn't quite get second target. 2650 and 26 by 2 ticks. Still think this ES is headed to 16 today. All right, guys, we're out.
Orders canceled.
We're out.
Order filled.
Okay, we are out. Dollar hanging in there. Housing starts and building permits, fellas. What do you mean, Richard? Which Unirenko?
Order filled.
Permits are above. Permits are a beat. So gold shorted on the 15-minute. I use a Unirenko. I'm not using, if you're asking me if it's a Ninja Renko or a custom Unirenko, I am not. Yeah, I'm not using I have, several custom Rankos. I'm using just a standard Unirenko bar, which for my members, if they don't have one, I'll give it to them. ES. Slow and slower. NASDAQ could bid back up to that 718 number. Dollar index is falling. Gold is swirling. We're going to bid back up in gold. Gregory, I'm using NinjaTrader. All right, George, I'm sure you're in Benchmark. Anybody that signed up for the trial. If you send me an email, I will send you yesterday's video and make sure you get today's, because I send out a video every day. This is going to take me out. Okay. At Gmail. Got it. Excuse me. Dollar lost gas again. Both, Michael. Both. Michael, it'll be both. So you guys are clear, okay? When I read the disclaimer in the beginning, I gave all three disclaimers, right? I do trade a live account. That does not mean that I take every single trade, but I do trade a live account. Me trading a live account, whether I trade one contract or more, does not give any more or less credence or validity to a trade. As traders, you all need to determine for yourselves, do I take this trade? Yeah, the bot takes the trades. That is correct. It's fully automated, fellas. It's fully automated. Again, this is a 15-minute time frame on this bot, which, a lot of traders elect not to trade. most of the traders in the room. No, you decide how many contracts. You decide if you want to trade it live. You decide if it's 1 contract, 3 contracts, 30 contracts, 300 contracts. That's your prerogative. Maybe I'm misunderstanding your question. That's true, Michael. That's true. The bot does take out the emotional aspect of making decisions to enter or exit, but merely because the bot removes the emotion, the bot isn't always right. The bot takes losing trades, right? I mean, there are people out there that mistakenly and misguidedly believe that an automated system is never wrong. It just never loses. That's not true. So as a trader, you have to determine, am I going to take this trade? Just because the bot's telling you that it should take a trade or that you should take a trade doesn't mean that that falls within your trade parameters, right? Many of you in the room, maybe you, Michael, would never take a trade on a 15-minute time frame. Maybe your account wouldn't allow for an $1,100 draw. I don't know. Maybe you're trading $10 million and you're a hedge fund guy. I have no way of knowing. Right? So not every time frame is for everybody. So for instance, I can show you the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ's taken 3 trades this year on the daily chart. They are all monstrous winners, staggering winners, 2,000 points. But they also start out with 800 handle stops. Is that for you? So the mere fact that the robot is giving a trade, hey, Gerardo. Yes, it does, Gerardo. Yes. So the fact that the bot is saying there's a trade here doesn't necessarily mean that that falls within your trade parameters. So that's why I say, as traders, everybody needs to determine on their own, is this time frame necessarily for me? That's why I show the robot on different time frames. You know, I show it on very small 377 tick, which had I not been in that trade on a 15-minute, I would have taken this long. You got first target already. So maybe the 377 tick, which has smaller targets, is more your style. So I show it on different time frames. I know for a fact I don't have anybody in this room, at least as members, that would consider a day trade on the NASDAQ with a 700 or 800 handle stop, regardless if it's a winner or not. I know for a fact. Damn it. Why didn't I get that trade? Oh, I didn't have my bot on. Crude shorted as well. Crude shorted, but it was at 825. That's why I don't have the trade. I just turned the bot on. Guys, we have a bit. I came back early. I inhaled a protein shake and came right back. Anybody have any questions before we go? We got a while. I'm back really early. Usually I come back about 20 after. Anybody have questions?
Stop there.
All right, out. Again, that break even plus one will take you out of most trades most of the time. Gold's got a small negative delta, a couple hundred contracts, nothing. Hey, Jonathan. Yesterday, the bots did. Yesterday, sure, I can, Steve. I'll come back to you in a second. Yesterday, the bots did $2,202.50. 2202.50. Yeah. So, Steve, the way that we come up with the settings, I'll show you guys. So, hang on one second, fellas. So one of the things that we've done is we have built our own strategy analyzer for the bot, right? This is not Ninjas. This is, feel free to load. This is our strategy analyzer. So I'm just going to give you a just kind of a brief overview, right? So we want to optimize the robots. We're going to test moving averages, fast period from, let's say, 8 to 20, slow period from 20 to 50. And I'm just going to give you let's just check from 9:30 to 11 a.m. Okay. So there goes gold down to that second target. So there's your basic parameters, right? Now, before I get into trends, I'm going to leave the ATR the same, stops and everything. I'm going to leave all that the same. I'm not going to go through all that. So we're going to trade 3 contracts. Whatever it is you're trading, you can put in there. Let's pick something to check. Let's check crude. And what do we want to check it on? Let's do, I can check Uniranko, whatever. Let's check a 15-minute time frame. Let's just check, or else we'll sit here and chew data up forever. Let's check from October 1st through today, right? Or through yesterday. No, 15-minute. 15-minute. I don't trade a 1-minute chart. I watch them, but I don't trade them. So let's use just a 5-minute parameter just to start, right? And let's see what it gives me. So if I were to run this chart, this particular chart in the last couple of weeks would have made $640. Okay. Great profit factor, but it took 2 trades, 100% winners. Who cares? I mean, maybe you do, right? So maybe you guys would say, all right, well, look, if I can find 4 trades a month on an instrument, 1 trade a week or 3 trades a month, and I've got, 100% winners, that might be of some interest. So then I come over here, and this will tell me, if I put my mouse cursor over here, I need an 8 and a 23 moving average, right? My ATR period is 14. My stop loss is 10 ticks. ATR is 2. Trailing ATR is 2.2, so on and so forth. Okay. Maximum profit, $1,000, maximum draw, 500. So let's assume this was something I actually wanted to trade, right? Let's assume this was, I'd rather see over here 20 trades at 70% or 69% or 73% than 2 trades at 100. Then what I do is I build a chart. I put the bot on with these parameters over here, and I back test it to make sure that these are in fact lined up, right? It only took the 2 trades. I can then come down here and I can do an analysis, and I can say, okay, well, here's the chart. There's the chart. Okay, so now I manually build a chart. Now you can see these purple areas. This purple area is when the bot will not trade because I'm only asking it to do 9:30 to 11, right? So what if I changed it to 9 to 11? Does that change anything? So we had 640 on 2 trades, 3 contracts. All right, so if we start, now this is more interesting. This is something I would be more interested in. Trading crude from 9 to 11 using a 15-minute chart and just one filter, right? I'm not adding 2, 3, or 4, just one filter from October 1st through yesterday, the 18th, would have taken 6 trades, 83% winners. These are numbers that I like. And $1,590 net. Okay. That's my parameters. So it gives me my parameters. It's telling me what I should build. So then I actually manually build a chart. I mean, this profit factor, 11.6, is off the charts, right? So we had max drawdown of $150. And if I go back here to the summary, it'll tell me I lost it on a long. There were no short trades, actually. So that's how I come up with my parameters. And then I actually build the chart, and I'll back test it for at least 30 days and go back and say, okay, do the trades line up? I want to make sure that this is accurate. I don't want to build a chart and say, well, it told me I had 6 trades, but I see 36 trades. I had 6 trades. Okay, I've got 6 trades. I'm okay taking, 6 total trades from October 1st through yesterday, 17 days. I don't know how many trade sessions that is. So for those of you guys that are on trial, this is our now let me say, this is our back testing strategy. This is not included in the bot. If anybody wants to buy it, you can buy this. I do the back testing myself, but some of you guys like to do back testing. Some of you guys may be interested in checking soybeans or cotton or the FDAX, instruments that we don't generally trade, or I don't generally trade, right? Now, this is the older version. I've not downloaded and have not used the new version. The new version, hey, Greg. Exactly, right? Profit factor. So the new version actually is a strategy, which will allow for you guys to actually trade off the strategy. So for instance, you get this and you say, okay, $1,590 net. I can live with that. You just click on it, builds the chart. You can actually enter trades right off the new strategy. I'm not using the new one. I'm still using the old version, only because I am a tech idiot and don't care to take the time to learn how to do the new one. But for anybody that's interested, the backtesting strategy is $397. But that is ours. That is not Ninja's. So that's how we do it. From the Brazilian economy minister. Who cares? Structural reform is taking effect. Doesn't affect us. So a couple of minutes here, fellas. Anybody have any other questions? I'm happy to answer questions, guys. Gold would be short on the 15-minute again. It was a short. Now, let me show you something on that gold trade. Here is the 15-minute gold trade that I took a loss on, right? Took that short. It never pulled back to the real stop. It pulled back into the trail, but it never took the stop. If I'd have left the stop at the stop. One of the things that I instruct my guys to do, at their discretion, of course, you guys are all individuals, is not use the trail until you've gotten to at least first target. Had I left the stop here, I would still be in that trade, right? Be the same trade. Be that as it may. Coming into the session, into 9:30. Now, again, I got one ES trade in there that's ordinarily I wouldn't have. We're up 272.50 after that losing trade. So the ES, the ES trade obviously helped quite a bit. If anybody wants to take a trade on the ES, you can sell what looks like 34.50 with a 31.75. GC, I mean, I can make an argument for a long on gold right here. Yeah, I'm with you. Stop only has to be 2.8. If anybody is interested in gold long at 4.2 here, you'll probably get a small bounce out of it. It could go all the way back to 10. I don't think so, but I mean, I have a target at 10. It's not a trade I'm interested in. Your stop would be 2.9, 2.8. I'll wait for the open. ES looks like it may short 34.50. Let me take a look at NASDAQ. And I'd like to see the NASDAQ retrace back up and then roll over. Anybody take gold? Is there anybody that's long gold? 044, 043, other than you, Greg. Okay, guys. I mean, this can go back to 10. Anybody short ES? Anybody short ES? 32 would be your first target. ES may bounce here in the open. ES has to come down through 34, which is its support. DAX is down. A coronavirus task force meeting. You got some ticks in that gold trade, fellas. Not many. Any questions, guys? Good morning, Cotty. All right, fellas. Oh, let me get my damn bots on. I oftentimes forget that part. Why don't I trade a 1 minute time frame? I guess for the same reason you may not trade a daily. Trader preference, right? I mean, I just don't like the 1 minute. Yeah, it's just, I mean, for anybody, let me say this. You're, you know, first off, running a room with, oftentimes trying to identify trades for guys in the room, managing the robots, trading my own account. The last thing I need to do is start trading a 1 minute chart. I'm watching almost, 45 charts. I just can't trade a 1 minute chart. Sylvan, nice to see you again. Very good morning to you. All right, guys. You got your first target on that ES trade, guys, 34. You got it, 34. Okay. 2.5 points, 2.25 points. Not a bad trade. Let them jerk around here, fellas. Well, Ninja Trader would be your broker, right? Good morning, Darcy. Ninja Trader would be your broker. You have to choose a clearing firm. Ninja Trader only offers 2 clearing firms. One is Dorman, the other is Phillips Capital. So you'd have to choose one of the two. My recommendation would be Dorman. Their margins are infinitely lower. ES is basically still holding the bottom. We need a break of 32 in the ES. If you're short that ES from the 36.50 quarter area, you got first target. It's a free trade. NASDAQ is basically doing what it does sideways. It's setting up for shorts. It's a short. It's coming into some support, but it wants to come lower. Here it comes. Here it comes. Anybody still holding ES short? Anybody holding ES short? Okay, Ray, you got to come through 31.50. Okay, Jacques, 31.50. Okay, fellas, it's got to get down through 31.5. We got second. There you go. Got them all. We're now at 3,600 net sellers. There's no way to go long. Nice job, Don. There's too many. It's all sellers. $46 quarter. I have 46.75. I have the same target you do, Greg. Yep. Come on. You gonna sit here? I guess. Gonna sit here. Held support at 22. Come on, NASDAQ. Pump up the jam. What's no want down? I don't think it's coming down. I think NASDAQ's longs broke out above that 17 area. 17. I mean, we got that target. It broke out again. I think it's going to 46. Well, Greg says quarter. I say 75. I'll split it with him. 46 half. Maybe so. Down to 1260 on the net buyers. If we get above 32, it's going to be a sprint. Come on, NASDAQ. Get above here. A little bit of resistance right here on the NASDAQ. It's got to get back above that 36. We're down to 1,100 net sellers. This NASDAQ's slow now. Guys, there we go. Come on. What it's pushing is on a 15-minute, it's stuck at its 100 period moving average on the 15. If this gets above 37, it's going to go. Maybe on the next candle, which is, let me reload here, 2 minutes away. Next candle. Come on, get above 37 and it's going to target at 45, 46, 47. Got a minute and 50. Yeah. Come on, go below 1,000, 1,030, 1,024. I want to see this delta go below 1,000. Minute 20. I'm not sure what you're saying, Steve. You would be stopped out where? It's got to get. Oh, you're short. Got it. Okay. I mean, you can see where it's stuck. If it's going to go, my guess is it's on the next candle. "30 seconds to the next 15-minute candle. Come on. Get back above 28. This could pull back to 10, fellas. Could. Here we go. There we go. Next 15-minute candle. There's 10. Yeah, you could have. Come on, buyers. Let's go. Now we got to get back up through 26. Looks like VWAP. Got to get through 33, 34, guys. It's got to come basically now back up through 26.
Order filled.
There we go.
Order canceled.
Come on. God. It starts to break and then just sits. All right. First hurdle is a small 26. It's 226. There we go. We're through it. There we go. We're through 20. All right. There we go. Come on, buddy. Now get 37. Come on. We get through 37. It goes.
Target filled.
There we go.
Order filled.
There we go, guys. And fellas, I'm not paying any attention to the ES. ES got first target on the 15 minute. I'm not paying any attention. I'm watching this NASDAQ because I'm in it. We double topped at that 36, basically. Out on the ES on the runner. This NASDAQ. This is a trade I would add to at 38 if it gets there. 38. I'm watching the YM for a long. Okay, Steve. Come on, NASDAQ. Well, the lowest we got was a closing candle at 996 negative delta. We're back to about 1180, 1190. You can buy ES. I see a pullback at 40, maybe 41. All right. Back to 1400. We could come down to 84 on NASDAQ now. Well, they're waiting on this Pelosi crap, guys. I mean, that's basically what's going on here. They're waiting on whatever she's got to say. If she says no deal, this market's going to crater. If she says, we're close, we're working on it, we're, verbiage, we're there, blah, 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 blah. I mean, there's almost no movement in this market. I mean, we're just dead slow, fellas. There's nothing going on. Nothing. Doesn't really want to sell. It doesn't want to bid. We get to 10, 11, and die. We also have Netflix earnings today. I still think we're going to 47, guys. But we're picking up sellers again. So we got first target at 17 handles. You're awesome, buddy. Seriously, you're awesome. You like kudos, don't you? A little slap on the back. It's clearly a great trade. It's better than very good. Very good would be if it was at 20. This is better than good. U.S. lawsuit filed against the Saudi prince. I move this down. Trailing stop. 562 is where this NASDAQ could come. 562. We couldn't get to 47. We failed up there twice, 3 times. 562. If YM gets above 350, it's going to explode above 345. Let me take a look at, crude. If crude can get through 87, it could rocket. This could be like yesterday. The afternoon, these bots tore it up. It's out. It's all right. Got our first target. Good with that. Again, guys, I moved the stop. I'm trailing the stop. That puts the bots up 1575. We're not. Gold is going to fire along at probably 11 o'clock on the 15-minute. Nothing. Let's see here. Really help much? Okay, Jonathan. May I get? Of course you can, guys. I give everybody my cell number, and if anybody doesn't have it, whether you're a member or a trial, this is why I hate the pound. It's just it'll pick up a little bit. If you guys go to the website, my cell phone number is on the website, guys. You guys can just call me. Okay? I take calls 7 days a week, fellas. I wish I had the bot on. Gold is going hooey. Nice trade, Greg. Wait, 9 for a short. Shoot, I don't think you're going to get there, Steve. No thinky you get there. Yeah, see, I don't have that on. I have 58, which is what you programmed, but I don't have anything up there because I don't have those much bigger charts. And had I not, so again, maybe news, fellas. I don't know. We're coming in now to second target at 46 handles, 45 3/4 handles. And the high probability would have taken a trade. Hey, Steve. Yeah, that'd be great. I actually do, Steve. In fact, let me show you. All right, I'm watching it. Look at this gold. Somebody thinks we're getting a deal. Not sure why the NASDAQ doesn't think so. Whoop. Yeah, we didn't do those ones, Steve. Guys, gold probably now gets to 16.7 on a deal. It got, if they come out and say we have a deal, a break of 23.4, this thing goes nutso on gold. This pound is just an annoying little trade. I'm going to move this, guys. It's okay, Steve. Steve H. Yes. I just missed another NASDAQ long. ES long at 39. YM is a long. I actually took it at 75. YM is a long. I took it at 75. My first target was 05. I would wait see if we get a pullback, Ray. My runners were out at break even on this move down here. I don't know why, what that was about. Yeah, you might get your 95 yet, Steve. What is it? What are you trying to get to? 95? I can see 84. The only reason, in my opinion, the dollar index is selling off would be if there's speculation on some kind of stimulus, right? Otherwise, the dollar has no reason to sell. Everybody agree with that? Gold is reacting to that, but the markets are not. So your risk is, you take a position trade, and if there's no stimulus, you get cracked. If you're a position trader and they come out and say, okay, we're close to a deal, or we think we can get a deal, we're finalizing, these markets are going to go bananas. I mean, gold, you could try a pullback to maybe 13 or even 11.5. It's at 15.1. We're overbought up here at 3 standard deviations. NASDAQ is great for scalps if you guys want to scalp the NASDAQ. It's just not giving, it's in a short on our bots. It's just not giving large trades. I still think we come to 611. I still think that's the target, 611. Possibly 562. Write the numbers down, guys. You don't have to trade them. 562 target. 611 first and 562. Look at this gold. You are got to be jacking me, man. All right, guys, here's what I'm going to do, fellas. I'm going to turn this 15 range on using the bigger time frames. I just turned it back on. I didn't get this last trade. This is the 15 range using the 1 and the 3 minute time frames. It's had 2 trades here, both winners to first and second target, but no real move. I'm not interested in trying to catch the long on the way back up. Negative delta back to 2,500. Not that we can't, but the higher probability is in the shorts. Well, I mean, it's not a function of turning them on or off. Like, for instance, the only trades I have left, gold is in a long. So if we're not in gold, right? This is a small 377 tick. If we're not in this trade long, and it didn't give me a trade, right? Gave me the last trade it would have given me was this short. Didn't catch the 377, right? So if you're not here, we don't have a trade here, so I've shut that off. I mean, it may roll over and pull back, but here's the 3 minute, right? So if you're not long on this trade here at 1036, which has gone 20, 40, and 60 ticks, right? All three charts, all three time frames. I mean, this would have made our day here. That's $1,800 trade on three if you let it go to third target, right? Worst case scenario, you got 400 and 400. It's an $800 trade. The bots are up 1575. Now you're up 2400. Okay. So those are out of play. You're not going to get a pullback. We're not going to get before we leave the room. That's not going to happen. The only other trade that's possible is the 15 minute, right? That took this short this morning. That took me out and got most of the targets, right? Because I moved my stop to the trail. This is the 15 minute, which is now going long, and will go long into whatever 11 o'clock. I don't. It only fires one trade, George. Pelosi will be on Bloomberg at 12:30. It's only going to take one trade, George. So if all of the parameters are met at the point of trade, it will take a trade. If your primary chart gives a signal, but all of the parameters are not met at that time, it won't take a trade. Doesn't matter if it's 3 minutes later, 3 hours later, it won't take a trade. Do you understand? All right, so let me see if I can explain this. When this signal is given here, you see I have a green background right here, let's say. You see I have a green background? George? All right, whether you respond or not. No, I don't. Yeah, I explained all this on Monday. I'll go through it again. Okay. The robot is a multi-time frame analysis of moving averages. Okay. It's a multi-time frame of analysis of moving averages. So it is a not only on your primary chart, but your secondaries. Whatever I have checked, there's your 15 range. Hang on, guys. Your 15 range went to target. Whatever I have, hang on. Whatever I have checked, we just got targets here, guys. Whatever I have checked is what the bot is analyzing. If one of the parameters is off at the point of entry or signal, it will not take a trade. Now you can tell if they're in agreement, because on a long, you'll have the green background, on the short, you'll have the red background. If it's against a white background, one of your parameters is incongruent. On the very small 15 range, okay, which just took this short, on this chart here, okay, there are two different settings that we trade this with. The very fast settings are the 5 and 10 range, which will take trades till hell freezes over. I mean, up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. Okay. The 1 and the 3 minute are more trading with the trend. So I'm disregarding any longs that this may give in an effort to stay with the bigger trend. So I'm using a small 15 range. I showed you how we back test those earlier with a 1 and a 3 minute. I don't know. Apparently, no deal. I don't know. I told you I had a target at 611. Where'd we get? 611. My next level down, 562. You could probably short the hell out of any pullback. I don't know. I don't know if it's a function of 11 o'clock and Europe is trying to get rid of positions ahead of Pelosi. I have no idea. I don't hear any news. So this is the pullback we're looking for here in the YM. If this sells below about 150, it's done. Gold is coming down and silver may give us a short. If silver gives us a short, dollar is getting a bid here. So we got my 611 target. Yeah, I knew that. I read that earlier, Randy. I don't know if that's it. The lawsuit against Google. It may be. I think more to the point is it's probably just Europe getting rid of their positions. I don't think anybody in Europe wants to go home potentially long. We're coming to 560, fellas. 560, 570 area. So let me show you guys this bot. So again, depending on how you folks trade, I tightened up my stop. It went to second target at 45 and 3/4 points and third target at 79 and 79 and 3/4 points. That is a monster trade. That's a $1,600 runner to third target. Now again, I tightened up my stop, right? Now, depending on how you traded it, and there are some options on how to trade it, what you do with your trailing stop, etc. I'll tell you where I have a possible short on the NASDAQ. I'll tell you what I see. On a pullback to 33. I don't know if we get there, but 33. I don't think it gets there, but that's where I see a short. Nice job, Rick. Up 1920. Shutting off your bots. You got me by about $60, $70. I have a 33 short guy, 32 short, somewhere in there, 30, 31, 32. May not get there. Come on, one more pop. There's 25. Somewhere between 29, 30, 33, fellas, is what I see. Not going to get there. You stink. We got the 27 quarter. Nope. We got to 28. That may be all she wrote, guys. 28. I don't think we're going to make it to that 30, 32. Pelosi and Mnuchin speaking at 3 o'clock again today. So obviously there's no deal at this point. I don't know why gold's not coming down a little bit further. Dollar's getting a bid. Anybody have any questions, guys? Any questions? Sean, it is www.targetstradingpro.com. You're welcome. All right, guys. There's that 32. $30 to 32 is what I gave Craig, short on the NASDAQ. If this thing comes down below 18, it could get, racked. Oh, using the bot on the NASDAQ? There is no trade on the bots. Bot guys cannot go very far. I mean, NASDAQ cannot go very far. Maybe some short covering here into the close. I would have no interest in a long. All right, Steve. See you tomorrow, Chris. No buyers in this garbage. Bitcoin 1945. NQ 11645 or 11,945. Nice job, James. Craig, it's hard to explain, but it comes, you have to understand the market, and that's why any purchase comes with 3 months. So Craig is asking about the 15 range, that very small 15 range. I don't trade it a ton, especially in higher volatility, because the 15 range is going to get whacked around. Right now, hang on.
Order submitted.
Nice job, James. Really good job. You have a short at 30. I've got 36 on NASDAQ. 36. Gold is staying bid. Now you've got a short, same short. You could short 40. There's your support. I haven't gotten there yet, Darcy. I'm still pending a trade, my own trade. 11:30. I'll do it. Right now it's 16:11:25. The only thing that could, I'm trying to see if there's anything that could give a trade. I don't see anything. Yes is trying to turn up. I think that's probably about where we're going to end up. Here comes NASDAQ. All right, let's see if we can get some kind of move down. I do have the 15 range on. I don't know if we'll get a trade, but I do have the 15 range on. My 1 minute is green. Come on, NASDAQ, feel free to die. I need that 1 minute to go red, though, or else even if it sells, it won't short. It's not going to take a trade. We're against a white background. This won't take a trade. Look at this NASDAQ. Just jacking around. It's got to drop through 41. One minute is green on the bot, and it's not going to take a short. The only way it takes a trade. Kudlow saying he has no forecast about the potential for a stimulus deal today. So I'm going to let the bot take another trade, guys. It's going to take a trade on gold. The president wants a deal, but in the key areas. I'm not going to let this take a trade. I'm going to shut it off. Anybody short NASDAQ, guys? I gave the line. Anybody short? Okay, Dijon. I am short the NASDAQ, guys. Not on a bot. It is a pain in the neck trade. Let me put my stop at. I put my stop at 46, break even. If it takes me out, it takes me out. I don't care. I'll hold that. I'm at break even, guys. If I get the break, I get the break. But you got a decent little trade. 13 handles. Not a bad trade. Come on down below 33. Let's go. Sell them off. It's 5-minute support. Let's come back to 11. Guess not. I'll be out at break even, guys. Well, not yet. Guys, my stop's at break even. I have 5 on. If it takes me out, it takes me out. I can't lose money on the trade. I haven't taken anything off.
Order filled.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. Break even. Any of my trials have any questions, guys? I will here. I think I should have all of my bots. I don't. Let me turn the euro off. Crude didn't give me a trade. NASDAQ, I'll leave it on. Silver is not going to give me a trade. Here's where we're at, guys. 1611. 1611.25. Oh, you're welcome, Glenn. Absolutely. 1611.25. Barring any all right, let me do this. Let me get rid of that. Let me change settings on the I missed a nice long and a short. So I went back to the smaller settings on this 15 range. See if we can get one trade out of this. Either way, we finish green. All my bots are off, guys, except for this. One red, but if that flips, yeah, it looks that way. But this 10 range has to go red if we're going to get a trade. For this week, at least, Jim. Boy. Well, we're not even going to get a trade on this small time frame stuff. Maybe. We're trying to roll over. All right, so we're red. You guys can see it here. We're red. We don't have a trade yet, but we're red. If it rolls, it'll go short. It'll sell if it rolls. The only time frame that's green is a 1 minute, but it's not factoring into the trade. So my bigger time frames are red. It didn't even fill. You son of a pup. It missed the trade. Too fast. So you guys on trial understand why it missed the trade. I have my bot set for a 1 tick offset. So I'll take the entry or 1 tick. We just got to burst through the entry, and it didn't pick up targets. I mean, it didn't pick up the entry. I'm at 1 tick offset. You rat. Yes, correct, Jay. That is correct. Because I have a 1 tick offset, right? I don't want to get slippage for 10 ticks on a fast market. So I get filled +1 or I don't get filled. And in this case, I did not get filled.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Of course you can. Yeah. I mean, if you want to put in the settings, 20 or 10, it'll fill you entry plus up to 10, right? I mean, it's possible I could have gotten filled here with 2 or 3 ticks of slippage. I still would have had 2 targets, but I'm not willing to do that. NASDAQ has to come down through 47.75 and you can see it. It'll come down. It held 47.75 again. And we're out of Europe, guys. I'd like to at least see this thing come down here to that target at 42. See if we can get this to turn up. I doubt it. Boy, this 5-minute candle's odious. I'd like to see this break down to 33.
Order filled.
If anybody wants to try a short, you can short NASDAQ, but your stop is 71 at the moment. I don't like it. 71. Yeah, there it goes. Right back up. It's going to chop around. Fellas, I guess we'll take 1,600. Looks like it's all we're going to get today, 1,600. You're welcome, Jim. Any of my trials have any questions, guys? Again, another pedestrian day, but could have been much better. Much better. I moved my stop on that NASDAQ short, and it went to third target. Be that as it may, for those of you guys that are here on trial, if you have any questions, please feel free to call me. You can email me, whatever's easiest. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I will convert the room recording today, and I will send it out to you guys once again. Okay? If anybody does not get, and George, I have your email. If you, because it's one account, Ray. It was a miracle, Ray. It was a miracle. They all did 1611. Jonathan, okay. What's your email, Jonathan? One concept. Okay, another Gmail account. I got so many problems with Gmail. You're welcome. Guys, be blessed. If anybody needs me, call me. I'll see you in the morning tomorrow. Maybe we have some clarity on these, on the stimulus. Maybe this, we certainly have Netflix. For my members, pay attention at after the close because I'll trade Netflix. Okay, guys? Be blessed. Not a terrible day. We'll take it. 1611 for the week. We are now up 38, 1375, $3,800 in 2 days. Not bad. Not great. Not bad. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Be blessed, fellas. If anybody needs me, please feel free to give me a call.